All right, so I'm going to introduce you guys to a flower that probably you might not know about. It's not a very commonly known flower, and it has a terrible name. These are called Scabiosa. Terrible name, but such a pretty flower, and you're going to love it. So I'm going to open these up. As always, I'm going to lay my paper out just to keep my workspace clean. So every now and then, and especially these days when flower trends are turning more towards like the loose, wild kind of field look, very sort of untamed and natural, and you get these little pieces that shoot out and they have tons of movement, tons of expression. This is an amazing flower to use when you're working with that style. They come in tons of colors. What's great about this color, it's like you can see it's like a deep, deep, deep purple plum color, but it almost serves as almost a black tone. So a lot of times if people are having like a black tie wedding and they just want that one little dark pop of something to connect with the black tie, this is what I go for. A lot of times obviously you're not going to find black flowers in nature, but this is such a great transition to that, and it almost implies a black color, especially if you're using it next to more pastels or warmer colors or anything. This is just going to create that drama that you want. And not only that, but you can create in your designs the way they kind of shoot off in every direction. This achieves a lot of that. I'm just going to cut off my bands so I can start telling you how to clean them. So usually on each stem you'll get like a little baby guy and then a main bloom here. All of this stuff at the bottom, you do want to peel it away. Be careful because these stems are thin and a little bit more delicate. That said, if you break one, just pop it in a smaller vase and stick it in your bathroom. Everything gets used. Every now and then we actually keep like a separate vase for just these little guys because sometimes there's more of them than the blooms, and it's like you just use them for every little thing, so nothing goes to waste. So I'm going to cut these a little shorter because I've got a small vase, and I'm going to make just kind of a really playful monobotanical flower arrangement just using Scabiosa. Now with this kind of stem, here's a fun trick. So I'm going to put this closer. You guys can kind of see how there's this sort of fork in the road right here. And a lot of times if you stick this in the vase, these are going to kind of get swallowed up by the vase. So here's my trick. Cut that off. Stick it in your vase. And now you have like a whole nother flower right here, but now you're making these guys that were on the lower portion, they get to have their moment of stardom. And you can see a lot of these guys you can do that with. I'm going to even do it twice right here. See that little guy? He's not going anywhere. Going right in there. All right, so I'm going to keep going. Now the other thing about Scabiosa is they can look a bunch of different ways. There are Scabiosa that look like this, that have more of like the ball shape. They almost look like little cotton balls. Then there's Scabiosa that actually looks like a flower, and this whole face like flattens out and it's a flower. So they look very different. And then the last thing is there's a Scabiosa pod, which if you're a flower junkie, like I know you are, you've seen them, but you just haven't known what they are. So Scabiosa pods are those, they look like little balls with spikes on them, but they're brown and the texture is kind of like paper. They almost seem like they're dried. Those are called Scabiosa pods. So that's before they actually bloom. And sometimes you'll see those in cut flowers as well. So even if you get a stem like this that looks a little sad and like it broke or something happened or there's just like a whole sad story around it, let's just not hold on to the sad story and make it pretty again. Okay, I'll stop being such a hippie now. So this vase is going to make me so happy every day because it's like a little dance. Like they're just doing like their own little thing. Here's a bigger stem, and obviously this isn't going to go in here nicely, so I'm going to start pulling these legs apart so that I can use them each individually. There's that. Oops. And they do get a little tangly, so be patient with them because you don't want to yank on them too hard because they will. Ooh, I like how this guy's just taken off on its own. If you start tugging at them because they get tangled, then they're just gonna break, and that's no fun. Scabiosa are gonna last you a while too. They might start to shed a little bit. You'll start to notice on your table or wherever you put these, you'll get little like sprinklings of whatever color flower this is. So in this case, it's this deep plum color. But let's see, they come in white. They come in like a raspberry pink color. They come in lavender. They come in this deep plum color, which I love. I'm trying to think of what other colors these guys come. That might be it. Lavender, white, plum, raspberry. And every now and then I'll order some from my supplier, and I'm expecting this variety, and then I end up getting the other variety. Doesn't matter. I'll make it work. And I love it all, so there you go. Not a tough customer. I mean, I am a tough customer, but not when it comes to flowers. They all make me happy. Okay, so almost done here. Eek. And I cannot throw these away. I don't care if they're going to take me an extra 10 minutes to sort through. You're all going in. So we really don't like to waste anything, especially with these like beautiful field flowers. There's so many parts of the flower that can be appreciated. It's not just the bloom. And I think I'm finally done. Okay. Dun, dun, dun. Get this away. And that's it. I kind of love how extra tall that one is. I mean, it's like a party in a vase. I've never seen a party in a vase like this, but that's what I would call it. Okay, enjoy your cute little scabiosas.